It felt great. We were a little bit behind schedule in terms of construction. And so rent was starting and all of that. So it was good to open up. We've done a good job of pre-opening membership signups, so that was exciting. And then we've done a couple of pre-opening events as well, influencer events and that sort of thing. But it was good. It's great to sign up. We did have a little bit of turnover in terms of personnel, hire slow, fire fast type of thing. And so I think as of today, though, we've got a full team. But yeah, the opening was exciting. That's all been extremely positive. So I live in their area. I live about 5 minutes away from the studio. And so I know a ton of my neighbors and everyone's super excited about GLO30 opening up. We had an awesome turnout for each one of the 3 pre-opening events we did. I think on average, probably 80 to 90 people showed up, including our friends and family. So a lot of excitement about GLO30. Yeah, I mean, a huge role. So on a social media front, I think we're spending $5,000 a month in digital marketing campaigns. And right now we probably have around 920 leads in our pipeline, which now that we have a full team, we're really going to be hyper-focused on knocking out and converting. In parallel, we hired a PR company. The PR company actually represents our landlord. So One Loudoun is a kind of a live, work, play premium center, lifestyle center. And so Andrea also represents One Loudoun and Kite Realty. And so that synergy really had benefits. So she's been able to go upstream to our landlord and really tie it into their promotional calendar, as well as downstream into the influencer space and the local community to help us host events. We're continuing on with like influencer campaigns where one influencer is going to do a Smart Glow membership for the year, document her journey, post about it, talk about the improvements over time, right? And I think that's going to have a huge impact in terms of building up equity in the local community. Another influencer who probably has 60,000 followers with 25,000 hyper local followers. She's going to do a similar thing on the Total Glow side of the house. And so I think those will really have a good return on investment. So yeah, we're going to continue to expand that sort of influencer partnership. We're going to have I think there's 2 more events that are scheduled even post opening so far, and we'll continue to do that. Those events, we probably converted around 10 to 12% of attendees to members on site. So that was really effective as well. So with 3 events, probably 30 to 35 members signed up across the 3 events. So the first one was a friends and family event, and so it was a hyper-local community, friends and family of the whole team, my neighbors and all of that, and folks I know. Probably had, I think, 80 to 90 people come by. And it was about a 2.5 hour event. We had appetizers or snacks, we had champagne, music, so it was a lot of fun. And it was a lot of networking and just really talking about what GLO30 is, what our membership offerings are, why you would want to do it. And so a lot of that in-person discussion helped with a lot of the conversion. The other 2 were driven by influencers. So these influencers will reach out to their community and bring in people for each of the events based on the location of the event and what the event's all about. So logistically similar sort of setup, champagne, snacks, that sort of thing, music. But the audience was based on the influencers themselves. But same sort of thing, networking, talking about GLO30, talking about our offerings, and just matching what we have to offer to what people need. And the conversion rate, again, was pretty high. Yeah, it's just understanding what we have to offer is super important as a foundation, so you can actually discuss it. Relating that to your own experiences, and as we grow our customer base, our customers' experiences is extremely important. I think that understanding lends itself to being authentic and authoritative about what you're speaking about, which gives a high level of confidence to the recipient of what you're saying. And of course, listening to the potential member to understand, what are they looking for? What are their pain points? What are they looking to address? And then mapping what we can do to their needs is super important. And then just low pressure, right? It's like, if we have something that's going to help a customer achieve what they want to achieve, it essentially sells itself. I will say the other thing we did was we eased the barrier to entry, and I'm very sure this is now an official stance. I think we have a 7-day cancellation policy. But at that time, what we let every member know is, hey, if you're not happy after the first session, we're of course going to charge you for the first session, but you can cancel, so without fee or anything like that. That one change shifted our membership conversion rate from about half a member to one member a day on average to about 3 members a day on average. So we have because of the center we're in, we have a good amount of walk-ins that come in. One thing I did notice is a lot of the members or potential members are pretty knowledgeable about Botox specifically, or they're already doing a facial somewhere else, and there's an immediate comparison that happens. And I think, and this is a really great thing, is we're able to stand out and differentiate ourselves, especially with everything that's included in our facials. When these members or potential members come in and they start comparing, they quickly realize that the value proposition is really great on the GLO30 side compared to where they've been. And then on the Botox side, there's a little bit of education, or I guess reversal of training, because everyone talks in units and we talk about areas, and the two main sort of modalities of Botox, preventative and complete. And so that's a little more of a discussion, but ultimately I think the message there is we're going to take care of you, right, from a Botox perspective. So you don't have to worry about units. We're going to assess it. We're professionals, and you're gonna like the way you look. There's a lot of new, right? Because it's a new industry, new learnings, new science, that sort of thing. But from a business perspective, I think there was a paradigm shift in the subscription model, and really shifting from an individual transaction-based business to a relationship subscription-based business, at least from a financial relationship perspective. That's a big difference, and a different way to engage your customers to fulfill those membership goals. So I think that was a big difference as well. I'd say the skincare studio is a lot less complex, a lot less moving parts, a lot less employees. It's, especially here at GLO30, again, I'm learning, but one of the things I'm learning is other studios in this sort of industry seem to do a ton of different services, while we're hyper-focused on this set of services, which simplifies the business. And so from a learning perspective, that first 60-75% of learning was relatively easy to do in order to get to a point where I can speak with customers or potential members and really talk about our memberships and all of that. Still learning the retail products and the double click and the details on things, but yeah, the complexity I think is a lot less, which is nice. I think this is a model that is very repeatable. I mentioned a couple lessons learned already on the personnel side, definitely lessons learned on the sales side and the tech stack side. That I think will help make the next location even more successful quicker. Yeah, so actually, I've only had the restaurant background for about 8 years, 9 years now. Whatever, yeah, 2016. So my background is actually tech, and my undergrad was biological sciences. So I was actually geared toward the medical industry, but I'm in technology now. So one of the things that was attractive about GLO30 was the marriage of the two, right? The integration of tech and science. And like everybody, I'm getting older too. So, there's this need for skincare and facial skincare that's going to increase. I think from an industry perspective, that's true, that more and more people are starting at a younger and younger age, taking care of their skin. More and more people are living longer. And so there's that need as well, which kind of helps expand the total addressable market for this industry. And then financially, I think the business model is really robust once it's fully realized in terms of membership counts and retail product sales, and then expansion in number of studios. So I think it has a lot going for it, and I think from just an interest level, it's an extremely interesting industry from the tech side as well as the science side. Yeah, I think every member I've spoken with about Gloria, and we've gone through the assessment and all that, I think everyone's really impressed, and I think the way Gloria is set up is it helps facilitate the recommendation side of things, matching in an objective way, because now you've got this third party, which is Gloria, scanning your skin and recommending services and products, and so it reduces these defense barriers in our customers, because it's really just this object that's doing this thing, and it's not the salesperson or the front desk person who's saying you need this or that. We can kind of expand on what Gloria has to recommend, but the starting point is a really, I think, a low defense mechanism way of having a conversation. So one of the things I tell customers when I do a Gloria scan is you should every month come in as the member, scan your skin, and you should expect that over time your skin is improving, because that's the whole point of this, membership and the maintenance that you're doing on your skin. I'd say the team personality and the team culture is super important, right? So staffing with the type of team that knows how to smile over the phone can really gel well with the rest of the team and is passionate about aesthetics. That's super important. And then I'd say invest in the lead generation and lead conversion. Like, the faster you get your leads converted into members and get to your membership target goals, the faster your ROI is realized on your upfront investment as well as your ongoing operational investment.